Welcome back to News Inside. We've seen how Mr. Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate of 2023, moved around the north, trying to woo voters and make sure he gets to the nitty-gritty of the whole northern region. Going to mosques, fasting with them, meeting emirs, talking to them a lot that they can gain from him being president of Nigeria. Okafor, Obi romance the north.
Yeah, it is difficult to dissociate any of his actions now in the north from any strategy towards 2027. It's really, really difficult, He didn't win sufficient, he didn't get sufficient votes from the north in the last election. And
Allegedly.
Well, he didn't by the himself has accepted it. Somebody's ruling over him now. So he didn't. And as it is, people are believing Obi might be running for election 2027. He has not told us. Okay. But that said, he has made some frantic efforts. There was a time he was denoting boreholes, and there was a time he even tried to take on federal government that they should fix all the northern roads before talking of the coastal, the east
highway,
west coastal highways. A lot of people are seeing those as superficial romance of the north. A lot more has also been happening. Okay, even when some prominent people in the north, like Abdulaziz Suleiman, the spokesperson of the Northern Elders Forum at that time, said, throwing money and some buckets of donations to the northern vulnerable people, and so the northern youth or something like that is not enough to win the votes of the north should he decide to contest in 2027. And that the north need a leader who understands the northern problems and is committed to it. Okay, that is, it was hard time Obi talk to those that matters, the people that will tell and explain northern problems to him, which he said is not a monotonous problems. That yes, northern people are one, but they have very unique problems from area to area. There will be need something more than borehole donations and things like that. And also, he met Atiku in the recent times. So nobody knows what that is. And a lot of...
and there were a lot of rumors between the Kano, NPP or
Kwankwaso, because even why Kwankwaso have always alleged that Obi is unlikely to win, although he's shifting away from that. Because Obi said, Kwankwaso said since Obi is from a secessionist region, confirm, that it's unlikely that the North will support him, but we didn't believe that was why Obi lost in the north. A lot of people also say that his vice president, who couldn't even win his polling unit, his polling unit was won by Atiku, followed by Asiwaju, that he couldn't even win his local government, that his vice president wasn't strong enough. So part of the strategy is also exactly to either have a kind of now agree with Kwankwaso or any other stronger candidate. A lot is going on. A lot is going on.
I can see. Obi said recently, when he was is he welcoming or addressing the Ohanes Indibo's new leadership structure, he told them, don't just be confined to the East. Look outward. Let it be inclusive. Is it possible he's telling them you can try and have a relationship with the northern people? Philip?
There's no doubt that is exactly what he said to them. What he said to them, if I will interpret it, I will interpret it to mean that if we, the Easterners, want to be president, your leadership to extend hand of friendship across the nation and go for peace and unity. Like that. That is why, Kwankwaso described the Eastern as a secessionist region.
But that was very harsh.
So Obi is trying to bring, asking the Ohanese Igbo to bridge that gap to ensure that that belief is erased. Now the issue before us is Obi, is he romancing with the North strategically for 2027? I would say yes, but has he done enough in that regard? I would say no, he hasn't done enough. You know, well, another question you will need to ask yourself: this romance, Obi is trying to romance the northern region. Can it help him in 2027? That's another question for a thought. Will it be a problem to Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu if Obi romance or romance will not effectively? It's another question to answer. You know, yes, Ohanaeze Igbo is an umbrella of the Igbo people, which Obi belonged to. Obi is a son of the Igbo. Yeah. So I think it's behold on them to show us why their son should be president. And in doing that, they need to extend the hand of friendship to the north, the west, and the south. And that is what Obi has asked them to do. It's part of the strategy. You know, being a president is not one man show alone. It's the entire region. If you see the Asiwaju presidency, you see the western region, the way they took it. You see that it appears the whole of the West is contested for the presidency. Yes. That is what Obi is one of Obi's strategies, that the whole Igbo should unite. He said
which we did not see.
Yes, so he told them, look, your leadership will go for peace and unity. In other words, if we will unite and speak with one voice, it will make my task easier to become president.
All right. There were a lot of issues prior to the election of 2023. Yeah. One of the issues was that Bola Ahmed Tinubu chose a northern Muslim. Mm-hmm. He is a southern Muslim. Mm-hmm. He chose a northern Muslim to be his vice. Mm-hmm. And that nobody thinks about that right now. And it has also no work. It's not about religion or tribe. Do you think the North will buy that?
Suleiman, that I quoted earlier, Abdulaziz made it clear that, made it very, very clear that the North has understood their missteps. You understand? Yeah. So, when you're analyzing, let's just say we are throwing Obi's candidacy open now, and I say we want to analyze it using our traditional SWOT method. Yes. We see Obi's strength. Is accepted by the poor voters. One, because he epitomizes the understanding or the actual life of the poor, what the poor man goes through. Obi is a very rich billionaire, but oftentimes you see him. He can be in the market. He can go to any market without being scared. He can do the same thing the poor man is doing. He can take the same vehicle a poor man is taking. So that is his greater part of his strength.
So he identifies with the Talakawas.
That's right. So, but at the end of the day, the choice of vice president, like I started earlier, will be very, very important, particularly when it's not going to work for Asiwaju at this time. The key of democracy is about network. Your network is your net worth at the end of the day. Obi he said something. He said you can't do it all by yourself. It's not a one-man show. Democracy is a business of people. Democracy is a business of people. Association. Election is a business of people. Obi is doing well, going to one boho to the other, going to one school to the other, but he needs a network. That is why a lot of people are questioning his inability to govern. Even with his close to cult-like followership he has not been able to galvanize labor. So that is probably one of his weakness, what Asiwaju leverage on in using the Muslim ticket. It's a network.
But don't also forget that the Labour Party pre-existed Obi's.
That's what I'm telling you. That's why I said almost with a cult-like followership. Yes. When you have a cult-like followership, Obi could tell people to demolish this as they will do it. Yes. You doubt me?
Yes.
You understand?
I believe you.
So when you have that cult-like followership, people were expecting he would use it to galvanize strong network across the North. You don't need to be physically there to be there. You don't need to be the polling agent for you to have them. What worked against Obi's presidency in the North was against coming from secessionist region like Kwankwaso was touting. Yeah. It was more of not having the network. It was more of the polling agents lacking when they are supposed to be there, because you are just one man. Nobody is omnipresent except you are God or Holy Spirit or whatever. Okay. So that network
is not there.
It's not there, and that is the area he needs to look upon if he wants to make inroads into the North.
So now, Philip, we still see Obi's, because what Okafor just said just now is still playing out. That network is not there. That's number one. Number two, Obi had a party he was running with. He has not told us that he's not going to run with that party anymore. But he has also told us that there is the obedient family. that cut across all parties. Do you think this one will play well for him?
Well, you know, I happen to listen to being one of the seminar I happened to attend when Obi was questioned on this issue. He said obedient movement cut across all political parties.
Yeah.
And that he is obedient before
He's a Labour
Party presidential candidate.
Does it ever work like that?
Obi had never said he's in Labour Party or he's out of Labour Party. But what we're looking at here is Obi, is he strategically romancing with the North for the sake of 2027? And if that is what he's doing, has he done enough? And that's what he has said. Because if you say you are romancing with the North because you want to contest election in 2027, like the man he quoted, Suleiman Aduzadi, has said, is it by going to the Talakawa and give the borehole? Do they know you when the vote comes? Because the North is a very unique part of this country.
You know why I brought that stuff out? Romancing with the North.
Yes.
We always know that the Northern people goes with the structure. So we can't have a structureless organization.
That is where I was going.
So who will they stand with?
That's where I was going.
Yes.
So that is why the man is advising him. You need to, network the structure in the North for you to succeed in the North. It's another point he made. When you are picking a running mate from the North, a running mate to pick from the North is established man in the North that has a structure that will help you to galvanize the North. Your network alone in the North will not be enough. Like I said, that's what I was leverage on. He had a lot of network in the North. So he leveraged on his friendship from within Northern people who had their own structure. So I don't know how Obi is strategizing for the 2027 as regard having a relationship with the North. What I think what he need to do more is to identify those key people in the North, and then they should advise him on the choice of running mate from the North and what to do. If he is strategizing for 2027, I don't know if he's doing so.
Yeah.
So he should do more. He should take the advice that is being given by Okafor here, that look, your network is your network.
Your network.
You need to do more. And doing more is not just giving borehole and going to mosque to break fast with people who are fasting. No.
You need to do more than that.
You need to do more.
Even in the time that there are no elections.
Sure.
Okafor, your takeaway.
Yeah, that's it. Sometimes you don't just look at me and think what I need is a tie.
Yeah.
You got to come to me, ask me what I need. If you give me a tie, I will take. If you give me borehole and all that, I will take. But you have to come to know what my problems are and who may help you to solve my problems, and you are halfway solving the problems.
My two guys here at the studio said networking. That's what Obi needs in 2027, and the right choices. On News Inside, we'll be right back.